Few places in Europe blur the line between paradise and reality quite like Cyprus. On this sun-drenched island, mornings begin with the scent of salt drifting through white stone streets, while evenings glow beneath golden sunsets reflected across endless turquoise water. It's a place where luxury yachts float beside ancient fishing villages, and where beauty both in the landscape and in the people feels almost impossible to ignore. But Cyprus is far more than beaches and postcard scenery. Beneath the palm trees and relaxed Mediterranean lifestyle lies an island divided by history, shaped by empires, invasions, and generations of cultural collision. Greek traditions, Turkish influences, British traces, and Middle Eastern energy all merge together here, creating a society unlike anywhere else in Europe. In this documentary, we'll uncover the real Cyprus, its culture, its people, its stunning coastlines, and the hidden lifestyle that keeps drawing travelers back to this Mediterranean jewel. Introducing Cyprus. Cyprus is a Mediterranean gem, rich with history and stunning natural beauty. It offers everything one might dream of in a paradise, from its sparkling blue sea and endless sunny days to charming town squares with open-air cafes. As an EU member, Cyprus stands out as one of the most desirable places to live worldwide. Its enviable location in the eastern Mediterranean gives it not just ideal weather, but also strategic importance, having been a cultural crossroad between Europe, Asia, and Africa for thousands of years. The island has earned a spot in many top 10 lists of places to live, and it's not hard to see why. For those lucky enough to be born here, or to obtain citizenship, Cyprus provides one of the world's strongest passports, opening the doors to a wide variety of opportunities in Europe and beyond. Its appeal doesn't stop at the beaches and sunshine. Cyprus also has a vibrant and welcoming community. The cultural blend of Eastern Mediterranean influences gives Cyprus a character that is both unique and utterly enchanting. In this travel documentary, we'll explore what makes Cyprus so special and why people choose to call this beautiful place home, whether for a short visit or a lifetime. Geography and territorial division. Geographically, Cyprus is situated in the eastern part of the Mediterranean Sea, just 71 kilometers south of Turkey. The proximity to Turkey explains why the island has historically been a point of contention. The island is divided into two main regions: the internationally recognized Republic of Cyprus, which occupies the southern two-thirds, and the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, which occupies the northern third. Northern Cyprus is only recognized by Turkey and has no formal diplomatic relationships with the rest of the world. In the south, the Republic of Cyprus enjoys recognition from all countries, especially within the European Union. This distinction also brings many economic benefits, as Cyprus is well connected to European trade networks, creating a stark contrast with the political isolation of the north. Visitors traveling between the two regions will notice sharp cultural and economic differences, each telling its own story of identity, resilience, and change. Would you be interested in visiting both regions to understand the differences firsthand? Let us know in the comments below. The Republic of Cyprus also boasts a significant amount of natural beauty, from pristine beaches to lush mountainous areas that are perfect for outdoor enthusiasts. Many nature trails offer breathtaking views of the Mediterranean, making Cyprus a popular spot for hiking and ecotourism. The island's landscapes are diverse and promise something for everyone, whether you prefer a quiet day in a vineyard or an adventurous trek in the Troodos Mountains. Culture and people of Cyprus. The culture of Cyprus is largely shaped by its Greek heritage, especially in the south. The Greek Cypriots share many customs traditions, and even the same Orthodox Christian beliefs with their neighbors in Greece. This similarity is visible in everything from the food they eat to the festivals they celebrate. Greek Orthodox churches are an integral part of local communities, and festivals like Easter and the Carnival in Limassol are celebrated with great enthusiasm. Meanwhile, the northern part of Cyprus reflects a more Turkish influence with a mix of Turkish language culture and religion, along with traditional Ottoman architecture that gives the area a distinct charm. Life in Cyprus is about enjoying the moment. The people of the island follow a concept called Siga Siga, which translates to living slowly without rushing. This approach to life can be seen in the way they enjoy long lunches, relax at seaside cafes, and spend quality time with their families and friends. The culture values simplicity, where connections with family and neighbors are prioritized over material possessions. Most people here live simply and without much stress, which may explain why Cyprus has a high life expectancy, with many people easily reaching their 90s. A typical weekend for Cypriots involves spending time outdoors, often at the beach or in the countryside, enjoying picnics and barbecues. This strong sense of community and appreciation for nature is what makes life in Cyprus so fulfilling. Traditional music and dance are also alive and well, and no major gathering is complete without a few folk songs and a dance circle. For travelers seeking a more immersive experience, attending a local festival or joining a village celebration offers insight into the soul of Cypriot life. Cost of living and real estate. Despite its charms, Cyprus isn't a cheap place to live. The fact that it's an island means that many goods have to be imported, which adds to the overall cost of living. Rental prices also reflect the popularity of the island as a tourist destination, especially in cities like Limassol, one of the most expensive places to live in Cyprus. Finding an apartment in Limassol for less than 800 euros a month is almost impossible, with most apartments in desirable areas costing significantly more. Real estate agents will tell you that anything less than this price is likely in a poor condition or far from the center. However, you don't need to live in the most expensive parts of Cyprus to enjoy what the island has to offer. Smaller towns such as Mandria in the southwest are much more affordable. For around 500 euros a month, you can rent a high-quality apartment away from the hustle and bustle of major tourist areas. Mandria and other rural areas offer a quieter lifestyle, where residents can still benefit from stunning coastal views and a tight-knit community. Can you imagine waking up every day to the sound of the Mediterranean Sea, but with half the cost of city life? Buying property in Cyprus is also an attractive option for many, especially for EU citizens looking for a sunny retirement location. The Cypriot government has made the process relatively straightforward, and property ownership can also offer a pathway to residency. While Limassol and Nicosia remain pricey, regions like Paphos and Larnaca offer more affordable alternatives without compromising on the quality of life. Economic opportunities and challenges. Cyprus's economic activities are mainly centered on tourism, financial services, and agriculture. However, as an island, the agricultural and industrial opportunities are naturally limited. Many products need to be imported, which adds an extra layer of cost. But that doesn't stop Cyprus from being a desirable place to work and invest. Tourism remains one of the biggest contributors to the economy, and many of the locals are involved in the hospitality sector, whether directly or indirectly. Interestingly, the government also encourages the development of small boutique hotels and the restoration of historic buildings. The state provides incentives for restoring stone houses, which are at least 50 years old, into tourist guest houses. It's a great way to combine tourism development with cultural preservation. Additionally, the rise of agro-tourism has allowed visitors to experience the agricultural lifestyle, contributing to local economies and providing a more genuine look into Cypriot culture. Moreover, Cyprus is considered a tax haven, which attracts many businesses, especially digital nomads and entrepreneurs who are exempt from profit taxes for up to 5 years. The banking system, however, can be a bit confusing for newcomers. For instance, in Cyprus and other EU countries, cash purchases above 10,000 euros are not allowed. If you want to buy something expensive, you'll need to use a credit card. It's all part of the country's effort to keep track of finances and enforce fair taxation. This is one reason why Cyprus remains attractive to international investors who appreciate the transparency and simplicity of its banking regulations. How do you think this compares with your country's banking and tax system? Despite being a relatively small island, Cyprus has made significant strides in the renewable energy sector. The island has invested heavily in solar power, taking advantage of the abundance of sunny days throughout the year. These initiatives not only reduce the cost of living in the long term, but also make Cyprus a leader in sustainable practices within the Mediterranean region. Infrastructure and transportation. One of the first things visitors notice about Cyprus is its unique traffic system. Due to its history as a former British colony, cars in Cyprus drive on the left side of the road, and steering wheels are on the right-hand side of the vehicle. This can be a bit surprising for tourists, but most visitors get used to it quickly. There is no metro or train network on the island, and public transportation mainly consists of taxis, buses, and minibuses. The road network in urban areas like Nicosia, Limassol, and Paphos is well developed, making car travel relatively easy. However, rural areas can be less accessible with narrower roads and fewer transportation options. Despite these limitations, car rental remains a popular choice for tourists wanting to explore the island at their own pace. Traffic is generally light compared to other European countries, except during peak tourist seasons, when congestion is common around popular destinations. Infrastructure is a mixed bag. While the cities have good roads and facilities, public services like fire response are underdeveloped, partly due to the high cost of maintaining services on an island. Natural challenges like dust storms and frequent earthquakes are also something that residents have to contend with. Fires, particularly during the hot, dry summers, are a constant threat, and there isn't a quick response system to deal with large-scale fires. The lack of sufficient public emergency services has led to a stronger sense of community support, with residents often stepping in to help during times of crisis. Air travel to and from Cyprus is mainly facilitated by 2 international airports located in Larnaca and Paphos. Both airports are modern and serve as gateways not only for tourists, but also for the many expatriates living on the island. Regular flights connect Cyprus to major European cities, making it convenient for both business and leisure travelers. However, for those hoping to visit neighboring regions by boat, the island's ports also provide ferry services connecting Cyprus with Greece and the Middle East. The Cypriot Way of Life. People in Cyprus value their quality of life above all else. A typical day begins around 6 in the morning, with most people in their workplaces by 9. During the day, they take a 3-hour lunch break called a siesta, which is common in Southern European cultures. Some people use this break to go home and nap, while others spend time with their families. After the siesta, work resumes in the late afternoon until around 7 in the evening. Despite long working hours, Cypriots aren't exhausted because of the relaxed midday rest, which allows them to enjoy their evenings in social settings. Socializing in Cyprus is all about spending time with loved ones in the evenings. The locals love gathering at cafes, going to open-air restaurants, and celebrating life together. It's not uncommon to see people of all ages out late at night, particularly in the summer, when the weather is perfect for sitting outside. Cypriots have a relaxed communal approach to life that makes the island a very welcoming place. Family is at the core of Cypriot society. Sundays are usually reserved for family gatherings, often involving large meals with extended relatives. It's not unusual for 3 generations to come together for lunch, sharing stories and food around a long table. This close-knit family culture is one of the reasons why Cyprus feels like a small village, even in its largest cities. The local cuisine is another big part of social life. Cypriots are proud of their culinary heritage, which includes dishes like souvlaki moussaka and halloumi cheese. Food is not just sustenance here, it's an experience meant to be shared. Traditional tavernas often serve as social hubs where friends and neighbors gather to enjoy live music, dancing, and of course, amazing food. This love of food and community can be found in both the Greek and Turkish parts of the island, with each culture adding its unique flair to traditional Cypriot cuisine. Social issues in Cyprus. Despite its many advantages, Cyprus also faces some unique social issues. Surprisingly, Cyprus has the highest divorce rate in the European Union, with approximately 9 out of every 1,000 marriages ending in divorce. Many attribute this high rate to infidelity, particularly among those working in the tourism industry. With thousands of tourists flocking to the island, it seems that some residents find the allure of temporary flings hard to resist. The high rate of infidelity is particularly noticeable in the summer months when tourism peaks, leading to increased social tensions in some communities. Cyprus is also a haven for refugees from conflict zones, especially from Syria and the Middle East. However, the reality for refugees on the island is harsh. Most live in isolated areas far from bustling city centers and receive limited government support. Finding employment is also difficult, and those who do find work are often limited to low-paying jobs such as working on construction sites or in gas stations. Although there have been efforts by local NGOs to improve the conditions for refugees, much work remains to be done to integrate them into society and offer more dignified living conditions. Another pressing social issue is the divide between the North and the South. Despite sharing the same island, Greek and Turkish Cypriots have limited interaction. Many Cypriots express hope for reunification, but deep-seated mistrust and political differences continue to be barriers. The Green Line border that separates the two parts of the island is a visible reminder of the division, and crossing it can be a stark experience for travelers who want to understand both perspectives. History and cultural influences. Cyprus has a fascinating history shaped by its strategic position between 3 continents. The island was a crucial stop on the maritime trade routes between Europe and Asia, much like Malta, another popular travel documentary destination. Throughout its history, Cyprus has been ruled by various empires, including the Romans, the Ottoman Empire, and the British. Many remnants of these empires still remain, from Venetian columns and bridges to British colonial-era buildings. In 1878, Cyprus was leased to the British Empire by the Ottoman Turks for an annual fee of £92,000, marking the beginning of British influence over the island. When the Ottoman Empire decided to join forces with Germany in World War I, the British annexed Cyprus. Over the next century, Cypriots struggled for independence, which they finally achieved in the mid-20th century. Today, you can still see the influence of these various cultures in the architecture, cuisine, and customs of the people of Cyprus. Historical landmarks like Colossi Castle and the ancient city of Kourion tell stories of a time when the island was a bustling hub of trade and culture. The mix of influences is also apparent in Cypriot folklore, which borrows elements from both Greek mythology and Middle Eastern tales. This cultural diversity is a significant draw for visitors who can walk through centuries of history within a single day, from ancient ruins to medieval castles to modern cosmopolitan cities. The influence of the British can still be seen today, not only in the traffic system, but also in the educational institutions and legal system. Many schools follow a British curriculum, and Cyprus is also home to several universities that attract international students. The use of English is widespread, making it easy for visitors to communicate and navigate the island. Modern life and diversity in Cyprus. Modern Cypriots are a mix of traditional and contemporary influences. The older generation tends to stick to traditional customs, while the younger generation embraces a more liberal outlook. This generational divide is evident in many aspects of daily life. For instance, older Cypriots are often wary of foreigners and have a strict sense of time and routine, whereas younger people are more open to new experiences and cultures. Cyprus has a reputation as a village-like society where everyone knows each other. If you rent a house from an older Cypriot and try to contact them on weekends, they might not even answer your call. They take their personal time seriously. Most of the older generation doesn't use smartphones or messaging apps, which can be a challenge for those used to constant connectivity. However, younger Cypriots are just as tech-savvy as their peers across Europe, often engaging in digital business ventures and using social media to stay connected. Cyprus is also home to numerous churches, given its Orthodox Christian roots. However, most of these churches remain closed, except during service times, making it a bit tricky for visitors who want to explore these historical sites. Still, they are a must-see as they hold the essence of the island's deep religious and cultural heritage. The architecture of these churches, with their domed roofs and intricate frescoes, tells stories of the island's history and the resilience of its people in maintaining their faith through times of change and conflict. Diversity in Cyprus extends beyond just culture. It is also reflected in the growing expat community. Many Europeans, particularly retirees from the UK and Germany, have made Cyprus their home. This international influence is particularly noticeable in cities like Paphos, where the mix of languages and cultures creates a cosmopolitan vibe. Despite this diversity, the island has managed to retain its distinct Mediterranean character, offering a blend of old-world charm and modern comforts. Conclusion: is Cyprus worth living in? Cyprus is undoubtedly a land of contrasts. It's a place where the Mediterranean culture thrives, offering a laid-back lifestyle, stunning scenery, and rich history. However, it also faces unique challenges as an island nation, from high living costs to limited opportunities for the lower-income populace. Yet the people here are resilient, living life with a smile and an open heart. This travel documentary has taken us through the many layers of Cyprus, and the decision of whether this is truly a place worth living in rests with you. So, what do you think? Is Cyprus a paradise worth exploring or even settling in? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Cyprus. If you liked this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more travel documentaries that take you to places you may have never imagined. Together, let's keep exploring the wonders of our world, one travel documentary at a time.